NFL Week 8 is here. Halloween weekend for the NFL. Couple of big matchups this weekend, but nothing bigger than the Steelers versus the Ravens. These games, guys, especially, in the Ray Lewis days, Ed Reed days, these games were intense, physical, heavy hitting, not much scoring, very defensive. It has changed a little bit recently. I'll be going over that as my featured game of the week along with a couple others. Got a teaser play for you guys and the underdog special of the week. Last week we had some exciting games, guys, especially in that 1 o'clock time frame. 1 o'clock time frame. Steelers versus Titans. Comeback by the Titans. We were on Steelers as a best bet for subscribers. It did cash, but it got scary at the end. If it was like 27-7 or 27-3, I think it was 27-7. Okay, going into the third or at one point in the third. If they came back, the Titans, and won that game, that probably would have been one of my worst losses ever, to be honest, guys. Then we had the Lions versus Falcons. Another crazy game. Really made that mistake. Getting the touchdown, and then Stafford came down, got a touchdown to win it. Detroit is looking much better. And Browns made a comeback as well and won that game late. I did like the Browns there to pull it off. Spread at 3 was tough. I did mention that in the video. Also the Saints and Panthers came down to the end as well. Saints end up winning that game. Another close game. So 1 p.m. games were wild and very entertaining. Last week on the video, I advised the Saints was too high. However, I did like them on the teaser. So hopefully you guys tailed there. I also gave out the Cleveland game to go over. Cleveland to win, but didn't love the -3. So maybe a teaser if you guys jumped on that. Or you would have pushed with that as well. We did lose on the teaser. For the video with Dallas. We had Buffalo as well. I personally didn't play a teaser last week or give it out to subscribers. I didn't love the teaser market last week. I usually try to get out a teaser each week. Last week I did not. Let's do a little update here. Update 7-3 best bets on the season, 7-3, and we're on a good run here, guys. We all know we started a little slow, but we're on a 23-12 run in the NFL after. So that's all plays, props, lines. Props not having the best season, but I am confident I'm going to continue to do well. A lot of injury, a couple bad luck injury plays last week. Carson well over his way on total yards. He had 5 rushes for 39 yards. His line was 58. He got hurt. Yesterday, Thursday's game, small plays. Like a lot of these props are just small play, unit plays. Not my favorite, not even a unit play. Last night, Ridley gets hurt. He had like 40s. His line was 66 yards. He had 42 yards in the early second. So he was going to go way over. So it's just bad luck, a couple with the props. That's prop plays. That's why I never make prop plays like a best bet unless I like an under on a player, right? When you're taking overs on props, you're taking the chance the guy doesn't get hurt. Unders, if you really like an under, hey, go for it. Because if he gets hurt, great. Good. That's great for you, right? But my suggestion, if you're playing props, never take over on props as like a high play, like a high unit play, however you're betting, or a best bet, just because the injuries, right? That's 2 props in the last 2 weeks for me. Small plays, but I had over. They were gonna go over, but the guys got hurt. So just something, just a little betting advice on props for you guys. Let's get right into it. It's going to be Baltimore -4 at home. 3.5, I think, are still out there, depending what book you're using, versus Pittsburgh. Total 46.5. Best matchup of the year so far, in my opinion, guys. These games are always fun and exciting. Both teams really don't like each other. Now, to be honest, they used to be more intense in defensive battles, like I mentioned earlier. However, we have seen more offensive recently. Let's look at previous meetings here. I'm just going to go over the last 5 years. 2019, Ravens, 2-0. No bend though, right? Which is a big deal. So I can't really look at 2019 much. 2018 split 1-1. Fairly low scoring games in 2018. 2017 another split 1-1. One game was a shootout 38-39. That was a fun one. Other game, Steelers rolled in that one. 2016 another split 1-1, and in 2015 Baltimore 2-0. So Baltimore wins in the last 5 years. So Baltimore does have the lead there. Now, this Steelers team is looking great so far, right? Only undefeated team left, coming off a big win versus the Titans on the road. Ugly second half by them, right? So how's that going to carry over into this game? Big loss with Bush at linebacker. Huge loss. Okay, it will affect them in this game due to the Ravens' rush attack. So watch out for that. Ben wasn't all that good last week, throwing 3 picks with 67% passer rating, guys. He wasn't that great, even though the score looks like it. Obviously, more in the first half, he was good. Steelers' offense has been only ranked 23rd in yards per game, right? It's their defense, right? Their defense has been dominant. I look for the Steelers to try and run on the Ravens early. Ravens' pass D has been much better so far this season. Ranked first in blitz at 46.1%. That's a big reason why, right? Ben may be in for a long day, and guess what, guys? The Ravens have just got a new shiny toy from the Vikings. Yannick, right? They're missing pass rusher. They tried to get him from the Jags last year. Didn't happen. They were mutual. So this pass rush just got even better, right? He's going to be on the opposite side of Judon. You know, Ravens have 22 sacks on the season, which is ranked 5th, right? But a lot of the sacks are coming from the linebackers, secondary. They move up. They have a lot of blitz packages. So it's not just the corner rushers, right? But now, when getting in their new shiny toy, he's going to be able to rush on the wing with Judon, plus all their rushing they do from the linebacker and deep in the secondary. So it's going to be exciting to watch. You know, how well is going to be the first game? Not too sure. We'll find out. You know, Steelers ranked, now let's talk about the Steelers because they can rush the passer as well, right? Now the Steelers are ranked first in sacks with 26. Watt is a beast, guys. Watch Watt in this game. He can really pass rusher disrupt or get that sack. So he's going to definitely give Lamar some issues in this one. But Lamar can scramble, right, when he's getting rushed, unlike Ben. Ravens' rush game will be really tested this week versus the number 2 rush D in the league, right? Only allowing 3.4 yards per carry. Heavyweight battle up front this weekend, guys. That's what I love. I love heavyweight battles up front, defensive line versus a rush D. I like those type of games. You know, I look for Jackson. I look to throw a bit more in this one, to be honest. Looking for Andrews up the middle, Brown. Should be a good game. I do like the Ravens here at home to get the win. I just don't love the 4. I think it's going to be a close game. Total, it does seem a bit low. However, their history tells you it could go either way, right? Look at if you look at their scores the past 5 years, they've been over and under, a fairly good mix. So I won't be on that too much here. I won't be looking at the total, but I would look at the Ravens, maybe tease them down. One last note here. Harbaugh 10-2 off a bye with the Ravens and has outscored opponents 315 to 184 in those games. Something to keep in mind there, guys. Bills minus 3.5 versus the Pats, total 41. Another big divisional game, guys. The first place Bills host the 2-4 Pats. Yes, the 2-4 Pats. Now, when's the last time the Pats been 2-4? A very long time. I didn't look it up for you guys, but it's been a while. And when is the last time? Like I said, the 2-4 Pats. When is the last time? It's been a while. You got to look that up. Most people knew the Pats would struggle, though, right? A lot of people knew they were going to struggle with the changes. You know, Cam hasn't looked good, especially after this COVID-19 stint. He hasn't looked himself. You know, you can say that the Bills haven't been playing well recently either, right? Barely got a win versus the lonely Jets and didn't even score a touchdown in that game, right? If you guys didn't watch that game or look at the box score, you see 18-10, you would think they got a touchdown. No, 6 field goals by the rookie kicker, and he attempted 8 field goals. 6 field goals by the rookie kicker. And then they took a beating versus the Chiefs on that rare Tuesday game. Not scoring a touchdown versus the winless Jets is very worrisome, though, guys. Very worrisome. We do have the Bills to win the division and the over in their win total. I do think it still gets there. It's going to be a little closer now. I thought, at the beginning they're just going to run away with it. But it's going to be a little closer. And, a lot of it has to do with the injuries on defense. Their defense has been horrible. I do expect them to get healthier. I do expect the defense to get better. It was rated top 5 going into the season. So it is a little surprising, their defense. Not too many people seen their defense play like that was going to play like this, right? So the injuries are a factor, yes, but I do think it's going to get better throughout the year. Bills need to start running the ball more, in my opinion, and it should start this week. Last week, the Pats allowed 197 rushing yards versus San Fran, right? Pats pass D is solid, right? So I think Allen should run. I think Singletary, they got Moss back there. They got guys to rush the ball. So I think they should rush in this game to pull off the home win. It's the offense that is the issue in New England. It's not the defense. The offense, there's just no help, right? No help with Edelman going to be out for this week. That's a big loss. It's Cam go-to guy throwing the ball. The only good news for Cam here in the Pats offense is Buffalo's secondary hasn't been playing well, ranked 23rd against the pass, allowing a 68.5% completion percentage. It's not good, guys. So, like I mentioned earlier, injuries have a lot to do with it. Their rush D also hasn't been good, ranked 25th at 4.6 yards per carry. So I look for Cam. Pats will need to try to run the ball a lot here with Cam, with their 2-3-headed monster at running back. They need to slow this game down. I do think the Bills get this win here. However, I haven't bet it as of yet. I don't love this 3.5. Should be a close game. Maybe Bills on a teaser just to win, or you can even get at +3, +3.5. That total may be one of the lowest of the year, 41, guys. I can't get on that. I can't get on the 41. Not something I'll be looking at or making my card this weekend. Some props to look at, though. Obviously, they don't come out yet. They usually come out Friday night. I'm doing this Friday morning. Look at Allen over in rush yards and Cam over in rush yards. So long as they're below 40, 45, I would look at that. Another big divisional game, guys. Mini versus Green Bay. Green Bay -6, total 51. Some thought this divisional game would be a lot more meaningful week 8, right? No one's seen the Vikings being 1-5. They're just a mess right now, right? And it is due to a lot of injuries, yes. Their defense is banged up, guys. It's really bad. And Kirk Cousins just sucks, right? So Mini's coming off their bye. Will it help? Not too sure, because the last 10 games are 2-8 off the bye. That's something to look at there. Green Bay has looked great and had a nice bounce back win versus the Texans. We're on the total. Green Bay over 8.5 total wins. That's going to cash no problem. Last week, though, Adams and Rodgers combo was back. It looked great. Adams is healthy. When Adams is healthy, it's unstoppable, that combo. Best in the league, that combo, in my opinion. I expect it to carry over here. Adams props over will be a great look. He torched the Vikings week 1. Last week, Adams, 13 receptions, 196 yards, 2 TDs. The team knows where the ball's going. It doesn't matter, though, with Adams. Great route runner. Hands are great. Very impressive numbers last week. Mini secondary situation, just a mess. More injuries. It's all practice squad guys, rookies, all over the secondary. It's bad. Green Bay will have no problem moving the ball here. Mini is ranked 29th in pass D, 68.2% completion percentage, and 8.5 yards per attempt, guys. Rodgers should have a big game here. The only way Mini has a chance to win this game is running the ball and slowing the game down and keeping Rodgers off the field. Only way. Cook will be back in this one. That will help. Definitely great news for them. He was excellent before getting hurt, and he had that bye week to recover. Green Bay, and they're not great against the rush, right? They allowed 110 yards per game. However, their pass D has been a little better lately. So I think Vikings could exploit that. My favorite play here would be teasing Green Bay down, -1, and just to get the win, right? However, if I was playing the spread, I would be on Green Bay as well. Green Bay -6. No total, no comment on the total. 51, it could go either way. Game could get slowed down by many and it'll stay under. But Green Bay's at least, you got to think, going to put up 30 points. It's just, can Minnie hang around? Can Minnie hang around with Green Bay's offense? That's a big question. All right, guys, those are the 3 big games that I went over. 3 divisional games, huge games this weekend. I'll leave you guys with an underdog play of the week. I have been doing as of late. We hit last week, guys, on the Lions. We hit the underdog last week. Hopefully you jumped on. I got that plus money, plus 110, plus 100. And I'm going to take a chance here. I don't love many underdogs. Sometimes you don't like any. But the one I like most is Raiders underdog play of the week here. This is the worst 5-2 team in the NFL in years. Yes. Cleveland. They're 5-2. Okay. But look who they beat. They beat the Bengals twice. The Washington football team. Dallas. 3 worst teams in the league. Right? Bengals, Washington, and Dallas. And then their one good win was versus the Colts. But Colts haven't looked as good either, right? So Raiders' schedule has been very tough. However, their losses are respectable. Tampa Bay, KC, they beat. They lost to the Bills, Pats, Saints, and Panthers. All good teams. Panthers not so much, but they beat Panthers the first game of the year. But their losses: Saints, Pats, Bills, Tampa Bay. All respectable. So I do think Raiders have a good chance in this game. Obviously, Odell's out. I don't like Baker. I like betting against Baker. I think it could be high scoring. You may want to take a look at that as well. Take it to high scoring. Both defenses aren't good. But I think they have a chance to win this game, so it will be my underdog play of the week. Leave you guys with a teaser. We're going to do Green Bay -1. Which we discussed earlier, and a little different. I usually don't do this, but KC -13.5. So Green Bay -1, KC -13.5. They're -19.5 right now, -20. I think they can cover that. But the Jets are just a really bad team. This is in KC. KC could win by 2 touchdowns. I'm not worried about that. That's what we're going to do for the free teaser. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment. Helps me out. If you have any questions or want some more information, feel free to reach out to me at systemsportscapping.com for all my personal plays in all sports, all my best bets. There's a subscription service that I have. Check out systemsportscapping.com for more information on that. Super cheap rates, lot cheaper than most guys out there. So you get detailed emails each week, why I like the plays on all sports. We know NBA will be back, NHL will be back, MLB will be back soon, but I cap NFL at a high level, UFC at a really high level as well, and I can cap all sports. So take a look at that if you guys are interested. If not, I'll have my YouTube videos each week, Twitter plays, and comments, sports information all the time. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Halloween, and like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.